Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stump back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're over here on the global side of the game with the new Clash Luffytaro that just has released as of right now. Well, about an hour ago, actually. But we were over on stream, and we did put together 3 teams for you guys to take down this event, and spoiler alert, if you bring Roger, you're pretty much good. This content came out on JP around the time that Roger Odin's release was, so for global, it's obviously been pushed back, but we obviously already have the units. That's why our scheduling is all messed up. So we are farming for this Clash Luffytaro. There is a 7-star and a 10-star event, and this Luffy is obviously going to be a trusty character in the treasure map that is coming up next month. But what does this character do, and why are we farming him? Gotta say, this artwork, I love it so much. This scene in the anime was actually just it hits you in the feels, you know, hits you right in the feels. Luffy being the absolute god that Luffy actually is. So his special will reduce special bind and burn by 5 turns. He boosts crew's attack by 1.75, and if you land 3 perfects, he's going to double your slot effects on the next turn. So pretty decent special ability, and you can actually use this Luffy in the event to actually remove burn, but there are some better options. His captain abilities are 3 times captain, 1.25 times HP, and if you land 3 perfect strikes, he's then going to be a 3.25 times attack boost to the entire crew. So not a bad free-to-play captain ability, to be honest. Because he's rainbow, it's actually quite decent. He has reduced special bind on himself by 5 turns, which is really good. And then with his limit break, he gets reduced damage taken from int, which is pretty doo-doo. He also gets base attack by 50 or above when you max him, obviously. And he has another crewmate ability which makes slots have matching slot effects for the entire crew, which is actually pretty decent. So all in all, a pretty good free-to-play unit, and I would definitely farm him up. And as I said, we do have 3 teams in this video for you guys today. So with that said, let's hop in. So for the first team in the video, we are utilizing double boa. So this is what the team looks like. These are the supports. Let's dive in. On stage 3, we come up against Okiku. Now, against Okiku, she's actually just going to give us a full board of negative orbs. And on turn 2, she'll actually give us despair. So on the first turn with the boa team, we're just going to hit our perfects, get rid of the negative orbs, and then we're actually going to take the despair. Once we take the despair, we are going to use one of our boa specials. Boa's going to apply that Mero ability, which means that Okiku can't actually attack until we hit 15 hit counters. There probably is a way to remove the despair with this particular team. I imagine you could probably find a support. I think you could probably use Pedro, now that I'm thinking about it, on Chopper. I think that Pedro actually works. But nevertheless, with the Mero ability, we can easily just stall out the despair. And then once the despair is gone, because we have been getting the healing factor, we can easily take out Okiku. Something else to note on this event is you actually get poison on the very first turn, which gets stronger and stronger as the event goes on. So we do have the Invinkov support on Luffy to actually remove that, and that's literally the only reason why Luffy's here. On stage 4, we come up against Choppermon. Choppermon's going to bind our middle row and give us 5 turns of despair. So with the special of Chopper being in the bottom row, we can remove all of that. Choppermon also gives us 5 turns of burn, so we can actually remove that with Chopper's special as well. And then with one of our boa super typings, we can give ourselves a full board of orbs and a 2.5 times attack boost to our psi units, and easily just clap this stage. Once Choppermon dies though, he does about 20k end of turn damage. So just be mindful of your HP if you are utilizing this team. You do need to be above 20,000, but with the end of turn healing from Chopper, you can get up there. So just make sure that you've got some recovery candy, some HP candy and stuff to make sure you're above that threshold. Once we get to Luffy, he does 5 turns of damage reduction and threshold on himself. He gives us a full board of block orbs, and he has 2 mob enemies. If you rotate orbs, Luffy's actually going to wipe away all of your buffs, as well as give you 10 turns of despair. So be mindful of that, and that's why boa works really well as Roger, because we can actually use their super typings to rotate the block orbs into matching orbs. With the special of Opera, we can get an orb boost and a color affinity boost, and with Summertime Robin, we can actually remove the defensive effects. When you are using Robin though, you do need to make sure you use her special while you have block orbs, otherwise it will trigger Luffy's interrupts, and that way you'll be having a bad time. Boa's going to give us a full board of orbs and a 2.5 times attack boost with her super typing, and that way we can just easily tear through this Luffy stage. Make sure you hit with your boas last, because the boas do have barrier pen provided you have limit broken them. But don't stress if you haven't, because you can just take out the enemies on the next turn. On to the next team, we're using my boy Shanks Crew with a friend Roger. So this is the team. Let's hop in. On stage 3, we come up against Okiku, and as you guys can see, we actually have the poison with this particular team. But this team actually moves quite fast and has a lot more HP than the Boa team, so we can sort of just tank the burn as we make our way through this event. On stage 3, we come up against Okiku. Okiku is going to give us a full board of negative orbs, so we're just going to switch with our Mihawk Perona, apply the negative effect, get an attack boost with the switchability of Shanks Crew, and then get a 3.5 times chain lock for 3 turns with our Shanks Crew special. That way we can just easily tear through Okiku and move on to the next stage against Choppermon. Against Choppermon, he is going to give us 5 turns of burn, 5 turns of despair, and bind our middle row. But because we are using a Roger friend captain, we don't have to worry about the despair. So that's very, very nice. We can get around that. And with the Halloween Ace support, we can actually get around the bind as well. Utilizing the free Clash Sabo, the free-to-play unit, we can remove the burn, as well as give ourselves color affinity. We can then switch with our Mihawk Perona to get the negative effect on the next turn. But it's not really essential to do it there. With the chain lock, we have enough damage to take out Choppermon, and because we have damage reduction, we can tank that 20,000 hit from Chopper as well. So make sure you do have damage reduction sockets as well. That is something else to note. On the final stage, we come up against Luffytaro and 2 of his lackeys. The lackeys in the back have a perfect barrier, and then he wipes away all of our buffs. He's going to give us a full board of block orbs, as well as have an interrupt if you rotate your orbs. So that's why utilizing Roger as your friend captain is very, very strong, because we can utilize his super typing to actually get around that. First, we are going to switch with our Mihawk Perona to apply the negative effect. We can then use Clash Zoro to remove the defensive effects that Luffytaro puts up. We have Germa here to give us an orb boost, as well as become our captain, so he becomes a 5 times captain to our Psy units. And then we can use our Roger super typing last. Very, very important that we use the Roger super typing before we use Mihawk Perona's special, and make sure you use Roger's special before you switch with Shanks Crew. That way you get the higher attack boost. Finally, we can use the Mihawk Perona special. That's going to give us the extra damage to the negative effect, so the 2 times conditional, and with that we can easily just destroy Luffytaro. So Shanks Crew, still getting it done. Moving into the final team, we are utilizing the most optimal team that we possibly can. Double Roger with his batch. Let's dive in. On stage 3 against Okiku, she's going to give us a full board of negative orbs, and we're basically just going to use one of our Roger super typings here. That way we can actually just get a full board of orbs, and with that, because these units are like the optimal units, with Roger giving 4.5 times flat rate to everyone, as well as having a full board of orbs, we can actually just destroy Okiku. We do have the Oro Jackson as our ship, so hitting perfects isn't a problem, and we can easily take her out on the first turn. On stage 4 now, we come up against Choppermon and one of his little friends. They're going to give us 5 turns of burn, 5 turns of despair, which Roger doesn't care about, and 3 turns of bind to our middle row. So make sure you do have Shanks in the bottom left-hand corner. We also have the support of Vivi to get color affinity on this particular stage as well, but that's not really essential. We have Crocus here to give us damage reduction, as well as remove the burn. And then we can actually use our Odin special. Now, Odin's going to turn all of our orbs into Wano slots because we had the orb lock mechanic from the previous stage. And then when we use our Roger special to get the 3 times attack, we can actually extend that orb buff into the following stage. That way we have a full board of Wano orbs, and we still have our orb boost. And that way we don't have to worry about Luffy actually rotating our orbs when we change them. But make sure that you use your other Roger super typing on this particular stage as well, because we do want to lock those Wano orbs. Very, very important that you do that. You could also use the Magello ship. That's another way to lock them if you want to use the super typings earlier as well. But Roger just having that amazing super typing just means that we can absolutely destroy this stage against Chopper. Once we kill Chopper, he does his 20,000 damage, but because Crocus gives us damage reduction, we don't have to worry about that, which is really, really good. On the final stage against Luffytaro, we are going to utilize our Rayleigh special to remove the damage reduction and threshold. He's going to give us color affinity to our Psy units as well, and then with our Roger special, we can blow away the units in the back, give ourselves a 3 times attack boost as well, and that way we are just going to absolutely destroy poor old Luffytaro. So there you guys go. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you did, make sure to go down there and belt that like button for me, and if you are new to my channel, hit that big red subscribe button too. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, guys, I thank you for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Lates!